From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
2nd and a couple. Stroud. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keith Taylor. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Mahomes being chased out left. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Pacheco will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. And here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Throwing now is Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 71 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Stroud to throw it. Flush to his right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz from 3 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Mahomes firing complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon.
I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Going up top. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now 2nd and 9. Stroud out of the gun here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. George Karlaftis. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now here's Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Finding room at midfield, and he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. first down, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Finding Kelsey. What a catch there. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get some.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers a little bit more to the perimeter.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. Down the left sideline. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Eluding the pressure right.
Evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. Mahomes now on first down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
A third quarter action from Kansas City. Second down and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay